going at this pace. It's going to kill me.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Joe Pasquale.
Look, it's me, yes. Good evening, music lovers. Let's rock. I saw a mouse there. Where on the stair? There on the stair, right there. A little mouse with clogs on. Well, I declare, going Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for some professional show business. I've got to go into hospital next week and have a mole taken off my back. Look at the size of that. Can you believe that? I've got so much to do. Look, ladies, I can't believe, look how close you all are. Look, you're so close, aren't you? If anyone lets off, we know who done it, won't we? Look. You're all so bright, I can see all your... Hang on, I've got a visitor there, Liz. You're all so bright, I can see all your... What you love it, I bet you're begging for me, aren't you? So, Liz, he spent all day doing his hair and come out without it. So, Liz, it's not smiling. It must be difficult knowing how you're going to have it in the morning. Shall I be that side or that swooping over? Under the arm, that'd be a lot easier down there. Just got a lot more face to wash than the rest of us. So, ladies, just listen to this. I woke up this morning. Well, you timed that one well, didn't you? Yes. 3 million unemployed and we got a dickhead on the keyboard. So, ladies, I always feel sorry for the people up the back, right at the top there, because they pay slightly less money than the people down here. And all you do is look at the top of my head. So, just for you, this is what I really look like. Listen, ladies, it's last week, right? I went on this back. Ladies, it's last week, right? I went to see a show in London. It was a great show. It was Jose Carreras, Placido Domingo, Luciano Pavarotti, and Dal Winton, right? And it was called Three Tenors and a 9-bob note. So that was lovely. Because listen, I don't know if you remember. Listen. Listen. You know what really gets my goat a shepherd? Because listen, when I was really little, right, I don't know if you remember this, you used to get animal-shaped biscuits, right? And what they were biscuits in the shape of animals with chocolate on. And they weren't real animals or nothing, they were just biscuits in the shape of animals, because it'd take a lot of chocolate to cover a real animal, wouldn't it? Well, it would, like an elephant, it'd be like 48 barrels of chocolate, wouldn't it? Like, a hamster would just be a cup of cocoa, but no butterwood, wouldn't it? Right? And how many elephants are you going to get to a box? You're only going to get one to a box, which isn't great value, right? And realistically, how much is it going to cost? It's going to cost you about £4.50, right? And you open the box, you get one bloody elephant for £4.50, right? Unless, of course, they were Indian elephants, right? Because Indian elephants are a bit smaller than African ones, aren't they? Well, they are, because they've got smaller ears, right? And then, because African elephants got great big ones, like Dumbo. He was an African elephant, even though he was only little, he was African, right? And the Indian elephants got smaller ears, which is why Indian elephants never wore glasses, because they couldn't get it over the arm, right? And it's all to do with the genes, right? Not that I've seen an elephant wear a pair of jeans, I've never seen one. I've never watched Wildlife on One and seen David Attenborough going, yes, here we have an Indian elephant with a pair of 501s on, I've never seen it. And how are you going to, even if you buy a box, how are you going to get them home? Unless you've got a forklift truck or a lorry, you'd never get them home, would you, right? And even if you do get them home, how are you going to get them in the kitchen, right? You'd have to knock all of the back wall out, right, to just get the box through. It'd cost you 1,500 quid just to wear a bloody elephant with a pair of jeans on, right? So you might as well leave it. I don't know what the bloody hell I'm talking about, do I, right? The whole... No, please, ladies, please. Ladies, please. The whole point of that story is to let you know I used to like those animal-shaped biscuits, right? And I bought myself a box once, but on the side of the box it said, do not eat contents if seal broken. So I opened the box. missed the joke there. So I opened the box and I laid them all out on a big plate, and wouldn't you know it, the bloody seal was broken, right? I tried to convince myself it was a walrus, but it was definitely a seal, because he had a ball on his nose and he had a flat willy where he was going, oh, 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 oh. So, ladies, that's the thing is, listen, if you're ever feeling unwell, right, if you've got a cold, got the flu, a nasty rash, all you got to do, cover yourself in margarine and go to the doctors and say, oh, I can't believe it's not better. And I was sniffing, no, please, listen. I think the best way to smuggle drugs into this country is up a dog's bum, right? It is, because a sniffer dog's only going to sniff his bum anyway. He's got drugs up there now, he just likes having a sniff. And the only way you get caught is if the dog was sweating a lot and wore a pair of sunglasses. Okay, because listen, I've got a lovely old dog. I've got a lovely dog. I'm teaching him to meow because I think it'll help him to have a second language, right? It's going to be a bloody long night, isn't it? And the thing is, he's got this awful habit, right? He drinks water out the toilet, which I really hate, especially while I'm sitting on it, right? I took him to the vet, so I told him all about it. He said, I'm sorry, I've got to put him down. So I said, why? He said, my arms are aching. As well, people go really fast on motorways, don't we? I do it, you will go fast in the motorways. Because what you do, you get in your car and you think, I'm not going to go fast, I'm not going to speed today, I'm just going to keep the speed limit, I'm going to do 70 miles an hour and no more. So you get in the car, right? You get in the car and you're doing 68 miles an hour, going, oh, 68 miles an hour, I'm not breaking the speed limit. And all of a sudden there's a bloke doing 70 in front of him and you want to get by him. You think, well, the only way I can do it is do 72. So you go, oh, I'll just do 72 for a couple of minutes and get past him. And you do 72, you go, oh, oh, oh. And you look round and you go, like that. And then there's a bloody another one in front of you, go like that, you go, and by the time you get the end of the motor, you're doing 90 miles a bloody hour, right? All because you want to get there first, and first is no good for, because you're never there first. There's always somebody there before you get there. I wasn't bloody first, I didn't know, I wasn't there. What is really good for you, right, is next. If you've never been, well, you probably have been next, but you're not consciously thought about it, right? Say you're in the post office, right, and there's 6 people before you, and you think, oh, I fancy a jam donut and a sausage roll, and so you wouldn't be in the post office, would you? You'd be in the bakery, because you look a bit of a div in the post office. So, can I have a donut? So you go, you've got the bakery, you div. Oh, lovely. So say there's like 6 people before you. I don't know what I'm talking about, right? There's like 6 people before you. I've only come out for a loaf of bread. Say there's 6 people, right? 6 people, you go 6 people, bummer, right? Then it goes down to 5, then it goes down to 4, down to 3, down to 2, down to 1, then you're next. And it's a great feeling, isn't it? Well, it is, isn't it? It is. You look behind, there's like 12 people, but you go, I was up there a little while ago, but I'm not now, I'm next. And it's great, because you can say the bloke behind you, go on, you go before me, it don't matter, I'll still be next. And it's true, isn't it? It's true. Why is it wherever you go in the country, everywhere's got a post office like this? Walk to buy a stamp, right? And when you get to the end of the queue, the form you wanted is by the bloody door, isn't it, right? And I used to work in a post office, and last year I met the Queen, and the only time I'd seen her was on a stamp. So when I met her, I didn't know whether to shake her hand or lick the back of her head. It's amazing. And one day, this bloke came into the... Did anyone see the Royal Variety Show last year? I don't know if you remember, it was the same night that the Queen's mum was in hospital having her leg done, right? And right at the end of the show, Des O'Connor went, 3 cheers for the Queen! Hip, hip! And I went, replacement! And it just didn't go down too long. So, what's got 18 inches and speaks French? Moi! And the thing, I'm sorry, you are begging for it, though, aren't you, lovely? The thing is that, you know, stamps have famous people on them, right? Well, it's all changed. On the new stamps, they've got famous prostitutes on them. And they're 20 pence each, but if you lick them, they're 45 pence. Ricky! Sorry, I turned into Mike Reed then. And one day, this bloke came in the post office, right? He had 168 stitches on his face. Well, he had a balaclava on. And he came in... Janine! And he came in like... And he had this shotgun and he shoved it right out my nose, right, the shotgun as well. And he looked at me, he went, see you, he was really hard, he was grimacing, he was like that, he was like... I know it doesn't look hard to you, but it feels quite hard to you. And he looked at me, right, and you know what he looked like one of those blokes. Do you remember when you was a kid, you had a man's face on a bit of cardboard, and in front of the cardboard, his face, you get a bit of plastic, and in between the plastic and his face, you get iron filings for his hair, and you could get a magnet and take his hair off his head and put it on. He looked just like that bloke there. He's still not smiling, and he looked at me right, he went, see you, he went, see you, he went, your geography. I said, don't you mean history? He said, don't change the subject. Can you... A bloke came straight out. He said, excuse me, can you check my balance? So I pushed him over. I said, where you going? So, what's your name there, sir? Where'd you come from? What do you do for a living? Too many questions all at once, isn't it? Yeah. Do you want to see my pence then? Perhaps not. So, how much you pay for your ticket, sir? £9.50? Well, that's not... What can you do with £9.50 nowadays? Buy a wig? What else can you do with £9.50? Everything is about money. I was doing the lottery last week, right, and they was calling all the numbers out, and they had my tickets in front of me, and they went 5. I went, oh, I got it. And then they went 4. I went, oh, I got that. And then they went 3. I went, oh, I got that. And then I realised they were just doing the bloody countdown, right? Right at the end of it, there was a knock on my window, and I pulled the curtain back, and there was a big hand outside the window, and it went, No, that's it. I don't think it was me, because you know what's really weird? But people have started to recognise me now, but they don't recognise me till I open my mouth. And they go, oh, you're that squeaky voice gonk off the telly, have that. And they give me a good hiding, right? So what I've had to do, I've had to learn how to handle myself. So what I've been doing now, I've been going to evening classes for karate lessons, right? But because I'm dyslexic, I ended up going to karaoke lessons. Which worked out to my advantage in the long run, I think you'll find, because last week I got set upon by 6 skinheads, and I got through 3 verses of I Will Survive before they beat me up, right? Which was great, because they was all lined up in front of me. I looked at them, and they looked at me, and I thought, I'm going to have them before they had me. So I went for it. I went